Okay.
What do you think sucks? You better not say what I use, nigga.
Alright, number 10, Mind Crush.
Oh, I think that card sucks. I would put it up higher. I actually think that card sucks. I hate that card.
Now,
I get why it's used. I hate
Yes,
it.
I get why it's used as well. I don't know, because I'm more of a player that personally controls the board, and I'm not worrying about my opponent's hand. I am the kind of person that is using the Firestorm Monarch, but I do not like... I don't like Mind Crush because I get the point. It's like, let's just say my opponent would activate Tanky. I know that they have Bear, and then I activate Mind Crush, get rid of Bear, and then it's like, but I don't know. Do you want to know what it is? I'm the kind of person where I'm a very laid-back player. I don't want to constantly be like, ooh, what's in your hand? I don't know. I'm just not that player, and that's why I don't think the card is good. And also, I kind of feel like Mind Crush is the kind of card you have to play at 3.
Yes,
because
you can't play 1.
So yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to play multiple copies because I'm like. I don't know. I feel like there's just so many better trap cards.
Honestly, it's so funny about that because Mind Crush is not a card that you really main deck. It's a card that you side deck. But since you have to play 3 of it, you have to side deck 3. So that literally cuts down your side deck option. So I get exactly what you're saying. I get why it's played because in a format you know what's gonna be in people's hand because there's so many engines that search shit that bring shit straight to the hand. So it's obviously a viable card to use against that type of cards. But at the same time, I don't like it.
Call the Haunted. Now, Call the Haunted is a card that's abused by hero players with Shadow Mask. We're talking fucking Satella Knights bringing back their friend. I honestly just feel like... Call the Haunted just comes off like such a bad card. It just comes off to me as a player like, remember, if I'm a Satella Knight user or a hero user, fucking Call the Haunted is my best friend. But to any other human being, I feel like Call the Haunted is,
yeah, honestly, I'm about to say, it's so many ways to get around it, stop it, negate it.
And I feel like seeing Call the Haunted where it's at in the meta, I feel like, I don't know.
Remember when Call the Haunted was at 1?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, you want to know something? Wow. I feel like I would have more respect for Call the Haunted if it was at 1. I don't know. I just sense I would.
See, yeah.
I would probably main 1 in each deck or whatever. Yeah. I don't know, but since it's like,
at 3,
yeah, it's like such a horror card. It's like, I'm not feeling that. I got Soul Charge. I'm good.
I see exactly what you're saying.
Alright, so that's the reason why that's my number 9. Breakthrough Skill. I don't like Breakthrough Skill. I never liked Breakthrough Skill. Breakthrough Skill is probably used by so many mainstream decks. We're talking about Burning Abyss, we're talking about Satella Knights, Necross. So many decks abuse Breakthrough Skill. Personally, in my opinion, I have always been a big fan of Fiendish Chain. And to me, if you're going to preach to me, it's either you're a Fiendish Chain user or a Breakthrough Skill user. And I will always be a fucking Fiendish Chain user. But Breakthrough Skill is honestly probably more used in today's metagame than Fiendish Chain, but it's just, to me, it's more of a matter of preference. I personally think that Breakthrough Skill sucks in my opinion because wasting it just to negate something, it's basically like Valor. Yes, you could use it during your turn, the next turn and shit, and just negate something, but I can only think of a handful of cards that really can abuse that factor, like, I don't know, Breezel. Dank Osaka. Now, Dank Osaka, in my opinion, I hope you're like, what?
Yeah, like, wait, you got my attention now. Like, wait a minute, I may be texting, but I'm still listening.
Now, the reason how I feel towards Dank Osaka is a lot compared to my feelings towards Thunder King Ryo. I don't know. I'm the kind of person where when I'm running either a mainstream deck or an Archetype Pacific, I feel specific. I don't have the time span, really, in my opinion, to worry about summoning a card to stun my opponent. Yet again, this is more of preference for me because I think it sucks because cards like Thunder King, Dank Osaka are more stun related and I'm not that type of user. And I feel like it's not the kind of card that would honestly fit me. I'm like a good example, like if I'm using Gradles, I need to worry about getting Alligator comboing off like Split and Cobra or Alligator and Impact. The last thing on my mind is to summon fucking Dank Osaka and try to hopefully cut out some spells and traps here and there. It's like I'm that far into the game. I don't have the time span. Because when you have an Archetype Pacific where you have so many cards of the original Archetype to work with, if I'm adding text, I'm talking about maybe fucking Gores or Maxi or Ghost Ogre, shit like that. I don't have times banned for a Dank Osaka, but this is just me personally. Mash change second. Now,
wait a minute, nigga. Come on, I just put this up one of my top 10s that is one of the best spell cards in the game. Why do you think this card sucks?
I think it sucks because honestly, because remember, now we're talking about the only two cards you'll possibly be playing is Dark Law and Acid. Those are the only cards that are good. I don't think Koga or Divine Wind or any of them are that worthy of basically teching into a deck Mash Change second. I feel like the only ones that are worth it are Acid and Dark Law. Now, when we're talking about Dark Law and Acid, I feel like you're talking about a card like Mash Change second where, don't you have to discard a card to activate it?
Mm-hmm.
So it has a cost. It is a card itself, and then you have to get rid of a card on your side of the field. It's a little much that you're putting into one card. I feel like Dark Law, it's so situational that you have to lock your opponent down. Because I feel like if you're wanting to focus around Dark Law, you're playing heroes. And if you're playing heroes, just fucking play regular Mash Change. I just feel like, and if you're talking about it specifically, I could seeing it being okay with Acid, but I feel like it's not good enough. It's a love-hate relationship. Galaxy Cyclone.
Galaxy Cyclone, you think sucks?
Yes. But I do like it, though. I think Galaxy Cyclone is such a situational type card. Because if your opponent's not playing pendulums or face-up continuous cards, I actually think it's pretty useless because
you don't get that second effect.
Because you want to know what it is? Let's just say your opponent would have, I don't know, like a Fiendish Chain on your monster already, and he doesn't have anything else set. You can't just be like, all right, get rid of my Fiendish Chain. I don't know. I feel like Mystical Space Typhoon, in my opinion, just has so much more versatility. Yes, he can't destroy two cards, but I like how you could just set your, handful of shit, because you could have a Lance down there, you could have an MST down there, two trap cards down there, and it just puts your opponent in ugh. It's I don't know, I feel like the person's not gonna...
It's a better bluffing card?
I feel like it's a better bluff, and I also think that it's also, there are times where, you set 4 cards and your opponent's like, MST or Galaxy Cyclone, one of your cards, you could hit MST and then chain it to something your opponent controls.
I hate when that's done to me.
I know. I just feel like, personally, in my opinion, I feel like nothing will ever take MST's place. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I don't think that card is good.
I think it's actually a good card.
Because you want to know what it is.
Is it a discarding thing that you hate?
I don't think it's that. I don't know. Because it's basically the built-in riser. You basically put the shit on top of the deck, but I don't know. I see Phoenix Wing Wing Blast, and then I see fucking Karma Cut. I see Karma Cut, and I have more respect. I think Karma Cut is better.
I prefer Phoenix Wing over Karma Cut. Alright, let's have this little... I need this. Alright.
I don't know, because to me, it's it goes more to the realm of what do you think is better? Riser or Caius? That's kind of what it is to me. No, and I'm more of a Caius kind of person.
I like Caius too. Alright, I get what you're saying. I like Caius too, as a monster, because as a monster, you can get rid of a bigger monster. So he can get past monsters who are stronger than him. But as far as a trap card is concerned, I'd rather putting a card on top of somebody's deck stops them. It slows somebody.
It puts them in a lock, and they're like, oh shit. Because if you put the right card on top, they're like, well, fuck.
Yeah,
but sometimes there's
fuck
that.
For 2 turns.
I know, but then.
Because then now you can't stop my card, and I already know what you're gonna draw. So God forbid if I play Mind Crush, your ass is really fucked. You're done, son.
I think Crush Card, honestly, to be honest,
I don't have an argument for this.
Crush Card, honestly,
be higher up.
When Crush Card honestly came out, I was like, and they made the errata. When they made the errata, I was like, well, it's still used in Burning Abyss a little. It's still used in a couple of decks like Heroes and shit.
Yeah, because
Heroes aren't.
No, but
I'm saying,
I'm saying you can still use it with Dark. Yeah, with Shadow Mist.
But it's it's one of those things where it's like a sneaky card that's still around. But I look at Ring of Destruction, I'm like, I'm cool with you. I don't know why you're at 3, but I'm cool with you. Now, I look at, because you want to know what it is? It's that I kept using Crush Card in Yang Zing. I said, I just use it on the Darkness one, the little defense one, and then just to destroy my opponent's whole hand and shit. But then I said to myself, you know how many times, because you don't really know what's in your opponent's hand. Now, people can be like, well, that's what Mind Crush is for. But I don't really like the concept of Crush Card, because Crush Card is a card itself and your card, and you have to get rid of a card as well. Now, I feel like when you're playing such a preference road, and you're only, you have to at least take out 2 cards your opponent controls to break even. We're running in a world where fucking Torrential, Raigeki, Dark Hole, all this big heavy destruction exists. Why would you want to waste it on Crush Card? Vanity's Fiend.
Vanity's Fiend?
Yeah, Vanity.
The monster.
Yes.
You think it sucks?
Yes.
I need to hear this.
Alright.
I think it's a good card and I hate it. I honestly hate it.
I don't like it either. But you want to know what it is? I went through so many phases where Vanity's Fiend was in my Monarch deck. He might even be in my new Monarch deck that I'm debanking. But you want to know my big problem with it?
What?
My big problem is this. I'm not a fan of playing a card that doesn't give me anything. We're in a format where trap cards are everything. So you're telling me that when this so-called card hits the field, it's not gonna last that long.
It's all about pluses.
But
pluses rule everything around.
I know it's all about stunning your opponent, and I get that you're supposed to lock your opponent down into a play and be like, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh with Vanity's Emptiness and shit like that. But it's one of those things where I feel like it's not that difficult to hit him. He has no immunity, and he's just and I feel like once he's dead, your opponent's gonna get bombarded by all this shit. Cause like, we waited all this time. Boom. Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning.
Who's using that?
It's actually used in Shadal. Shadal players use it.
I didn't think you knew. I didn't think you knew.
Because they fucking play that fucking Light Dragon thing that you can banish dark, and they fucking play Dank Osaka. I don't know. Think I don't keep up on that shit. But it's that breakthroughs, like, oh god, I feel breakthroughs still can stop fucking
Blacklist Soldier. Yes,
now, but Blacklist Soldier, I honestly feel is.
How do you think it sucks?
You want to know why?
Such a sneaky. It's like nobody sees that coming anymore.
See, I know, but to me, Blacklist Soldier, so many people are gonna be like, "What? He's my favorite card." Just like the listen, the reason why, remember, this is my preference. I don't like him. Now, for me, when I found that he came off the ban list, I was already like, I hate this card. But as time went on, I felt like his impact on the game was so useless. I felt like he was so like, I was like, oh my god, I was worried about this thing. And I'm like, to be honest, there have been many times where I have obviously lost to, Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. But you want to know how I feel about him? I feel like if you draw him early game, he is the biggest waste of time you could have ever had. Now, I'm the kind of person where I used to run around with light swarms and like, he, and say to myself, oh, I could easily fucking throw fucking Blackluster Soldier out of my ass. But to be honest, it was one of those cards where it was like, I hate dealing with cloggy boss monsters that you have to wait until the end of the game to play. I'm more of the kind of person where I'm more straightforward, where I'm like, here's 2 level 4 monsters, rank 4. I don't hate them. I think that they're cool, but all the others I would probably never put in my deck. So
that's his list, everybody. So don't forget, like the video if you hate him, or like the video if you like him. Like the video regardless, because it helps spread the word about this type of content. And don't forget, if you liked and comment down below, you get a free chance to win a free pack of the most recent set. And the winner from the last video will be shown right here. So don't forget to message me on my Kisame account, or the Facebook page, or Underground's page. Underground Facebook link, which is all there in the links down below, or our personal channels, all in the links down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, support us if you want to, and I think that's check out the 2 previous videos. Bye.